everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into the weekend reality review. I'm going to talk about all of the shows. We're going to go out of order because I'm going to go from the shows that I was least entertained by to most entertained by. But I'm going to do a brief pause and talk about Rhythm and Flow 2, which was a Netflix rappers reality competition show. People on Twitter, if you're here, I hope you're catching this, have been asking for my opinions. Even though I put my opinions all over Twitter, I was like, I wasted 10 episodes of my time, Netflix, with that Rhythm and Flow. But I enjoy a good competition show. I love the concept of Rhythm and Flow. I just think season 2 wasn't it. Like, season 1 was so good. Let me tell you, number one, season 2 of Rhythm and Flow. Before I get into that, y'all know the other shows we're going to talk about: Potomac, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and the Bell Collectives. Y'all knew that. We're going to talk about those next. Announcements for this upcoming week. Last week, me and Ebby weren't able to do our, love shows from Netflix. So this Wednesday, me and Ebby will be together talking about the Netflix reality shows. You can catch that Wednesday night. And of course, Thursday night will be Surviving the Challenge. And then we'll see what's coming along. I'm thinking about touching on doing streaming reviews, shows from Netflix, Peacock, Hulu that I watch, and just do a little review over it just to put my opinion out there. But don't hold me to it, y'all. Your girl be busy. But up first, Rhythm and Flow 2 Netflix. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you very much. When I saw the judges, I should have known, A, it was going to be some BS, or B, it wasn't going to be in my age range of liking. Like I've already said, I've aged out of the Grammys. I've aged out of the BET Awards. When it comes to music in 2024, going into 2025, I rarely listen to the new releases. Like my playlist is stuck in the 90s, the 2000s. I do love me some Glorilla. I love Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. I do love that new Kendrick. But when it comes to new music, especially when they got to that R&B collab, I ain't know none of them people but Lucky Day. And that was it. But anyway, let's start from the beginning, the judges. Season 1 had T.I., who, when I think of my time, because, I lived in ATL for 10 years, T.I., Jeezy, Rick Ross, like those were the ATL rappers that I was zoned in. I'm a huge T.I. fan musically. He can get on your nerves a little bit. But T.I. was so honest and so real season 1. That was missing season 2. Chance the Rapper. I love Chance the Rapper. He's from Chi-Town. Y'all know I'm originally from Illinois. I support all the Illinois artists. He was also not necessarily the same genre of rap as T.I., but he was able to give a critical, honest, real critique and point of view. Cardi is just the word, Lotto's favorite word, authentic, which I don't think Lotto is, but we ain't got there yet. Cardi is authentically Cardi. Her personality is what we buy. Not necessarily, but I'm a huge Cardi fan. I do love Cardi. Go ahead and keep that second album, girl. I don't even care no more. But Cardi was the entertainment value. Like Cardi is funny. Her critiques were not as in-depth as maybe T.I.'s and Chance the Rapper's, but whatever she said was real and real funny. Like Cardi made us laugh. We didn't have anybody entertaining on the judges panel. When it comes to DJ Khaled, I remember he was on I can't think of the name of the singing competition show, but it was Didi and Megan Trainor. They had a competition show, and Khaled was also a judge. And I knew from that show, Khaled was going to be the Paula Abdul. Like, Khaled really doesn't say mean things to people. Like, sometimes his critique is always a real critique, but it's covered in too much niceness. But you need a nice person. We didn't have a Simon Cowell, like we didn't have a T.I. this season. So all the critiques were just too nice. Ludacris, I was expecting more from Ludacris. I mean, I was just expecting more. At least I expected him to be the one to tell people how it is. And he was just letting a lot of shit fly. And Lotto, I don't listen to Lotto on a regular. I don't have any disrespect for Lotto, but I guess they needed somebody from this generation. They needed a female judge, and Cardi was probably pregnant at the time and said, no, thank you. Y'all couldn't get Meg, or I don't know. I just, I wasn't feeling Lotto, but it was very Atlanta heavy. Two of the judges were from Atlanta. Khaled works with a lot of ATL artists. He has a ATL sound to me, because I do enjoy some DJ Khaled collab albums that he puts out. From the audition phase, they were letting too many people slide. Like, for me, the winner, I hope y'all done seen Hustle and Flow season 2. If you haven't and you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and click off. But I'm assuming everybody has watched it now, because my review was a little bit late. But the winner was Dre TL. You know, the younger generation, y'all Gen Z's, whatever letter we own, y'all love a good mumble rap. Y'all love to just listen to the beat and not understand the words. And you know, I like a good beat too. Take it to the gym, work out. I ain't necessarily got to have the words, a good hook and a beat to get me through a workout session. But I don't think the mumble rapper should be the winner of Rhythm and Flow. To me, I would have chopped Dre TL in the auditions. Also, that boy Cali, whatever his name was, he was from ATL, and he came out on the stage with them tassels. Gone back to school, boo. What was your major? Go ahead and work in your major, boo. The rapping ain't it. It's not it. But also, I'm not in the age range that y'all are selling music to. Maybe y'all like that Cali person. I didn't. Now, from the auditions, I said J Taj, Surah Ali. They were the top 2 from the auditions, period. It was another young man that I liked. I forgot to upload the pictures, but he gave me a Kendrick Lamar vibe. Like, he sound just like Cheeks. I'm making a video. You being loud. He gave me a Kendrick Lamar vibe. I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. I really liked him. He got cut in the cypher round, and I felt like he was the best one in his group. But unfortunately, he just had a bad group. I liked him. I did like Dono, however you say it. She was one of my favorite. Like, it was a heavy female rap cast. Like, outside of J Taj, it could have been all female rappers for me, because I really wasn't feeling a lot of the male rappers this season. But I'm surprised we didn't have a female winner. Not saying that we should just have a female winner to have one, but it was a lot of strong female artists. A lot of people are upset by Jazz with an X. She got cut in the collab. Wait. The moment I knew this show was about to turn into some bullshit. Mind you, I forgot about season 1, and I think season 1, Cardi did the battle with some other judges by herself as well. You shouldn't have sent Lotto to the battle raps. You shouldn't have sent Lotto to the battle. when it came to the battle raps, once I saw who they were pairing up, I'm like, y'all putting the heavy hitters against the heavy hitters. We getting ready to lose a lot of good competition. But once I saw Lotto was there by herself, and all she could say is, that was authentic. That was hard. Like, she didn't have any critique in the battle raps. Eminem completely let me down. Like, I expected. We in Detroit. We all done seen 8 Mile 50, 11 times. Mind you, I don't remember the other people's name, but I apologize. But we got all the people from 8 Mile, Eminem, everyone is there. I expected Eminem to be very truthful, very real. A lot of them battle raps were complete trash. And outside of the people who forgot their words, they weren't hard on anybody. And I was just like, I know y'all like Jazz with the X or with the Z, whatever her name is. I like her too. And she was done wrong in the collabs. But I don't think Jazz with the X should have beat YG. She was one of my favorites. Surah Ali, was it YG or LG? Lord have mercy. Whatever, the orange hair. J Taj, they were my top 3. If I was going to throw in another female rapper, it would have been Dunno. Once they both forgot their lyrics and then they just start freestyling at the end, I feel like it should have been LG just off of principle. And sometimes when both people mess up in this round, you got to take everything into critique. You know, you got to judge everything from beginning to now. And Lotto just wasn't a judge to do that. Like, was Eminem even picking? Like, I don't even know who was picking the battle raps, whether the producers, because everybody was just so nice. This is hip hop. When did hip hop become so nice? But anyway, from there we go, I believe, into the collabs or the songs. I forget. Because I'm not gonna talk about this too long. From the next, we get the R&B collabs. I went back and I don't know how I fell down a rabbit hole. But I fell down a rabbit hole of Rhythm and Flow on TikTok, and they start showing all of season 1's R&B collaborations, where all the R&B artists sleep. Was the budget not the same? Because they had Janae Aiko, Miguel, Tiana Taylor. They had songs that we already knew. I ain't aged out of R&B that bad to where y'all couldn't get Summer Walker. She wasn't doing too much, I don't think. Who else? Ari Lennox. Y'all got Lucky Day, and that collab right there should just go ahead and put that out on my YouTube list so I could listen to that. I already love that song by Lucky Day. I already love Lucky Day. That remix was everything, or collab was everything. The people they had this season, I don't know none of them people. I couldn't tell. The only other person I recall is BJ, the Chicago kid, but I don't listen to his music. I just know his name because it got Chicago in it. Them other people, I ain't never heard them songs or of those people. So I kind of felt like it was unfair because J Taj was set up to be amazing because he's already on an amazing song that everyone in that crowd already knows. In the crowd, everybody else has to try to get to know, do we even like this R&B artist? Do we even like this song? Forget the collab. I might not even want to hear this. Last season, they had songs that everybody, the judges, everybody already liked. Diamond from Detroit, whatever her name is, Detroit Diamond. Detroit Diamond to me is equal to Dre TL. They just rap really, really fast. It's a lot of mumbling. Half the time I can't understand what she's saying. No, I agree. If we're gonna let Jazz through from the battle raps, she beat Detroit Diamond. Hell, Dre TL could have went home here. I don't care nothing about I don't dance, but I'll do the 2-step for you. No, compared to what everybody else put on that stage, That was awful. Now, a lot of people didn't like Surah Ali. They say she hugged herself as she performs. That's probably a nervousness as she performs in front of larger crowds more frequently. I'm sure Surah will get over that. But to me, Surah had the best rap. And the show is about raps. It's not about stage presence. We can fix the stage presence. It's about who can rap. And at the end of the day, they let go of Jazz with the eggs. Again, Dre CL could have went home right there. We get to the finals. I already kind of knew from last season whoever went last would win. And I feel like they made J Taj go first because they already had the bullshit set up for Dre TL to win. And they knew if J Taj went last, we wouldn't have remembered none of the shit that went on before he went on. So they made J Taj go first. I still thought he should have won first. Nobody beat him. Nobody was better than him. Detroit Diamond, I didn't like the first nor the second song. Personally. Who came out next? Or did Surah Ali go last? Surah Ali came out still hugging herself. Surah, you got to work on your stage presence. But she also said, if I don't win, y'all cheating. And she ain't lie. And I wasn't mad that she said it. I wasn't mad that she threw it back in the judge's face because she probably peeped from the cypher, damn sure from the battle raps, that the judges were cheating. Like certain people were going home that shouldn't be going home. So she told facts. Rap is about spitting facts. And if the judges' feelings got hurt, y'all shouldn't have been cheating. Dre TL came out, and I 100% agree with the producer. Was the hit maker? I don't forget. Don't nobody want to listen to you get a telephone call from your mama in jail in the middle of a song, especially when the beat is popping. Nobody in the club wants to stop a beat to hear a telephone call. That was dumb. It was dumb in the performance. I don't know why you had to Soldier Boy it out with the cape. I don't know why Luda went up for that corny ass shit. Hey, I thought this was about giving the money to the best performer, not to the person who needed it the most. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, well, J Taj, he already polished. You know, that was Lotto's second favorite word. He's polished and he can go out there and make the money. No, he was the best. He should have got them. Him or Surah. If it wasn't him or Surah Ali, y'all were cheating. And then a lot of people said, well, Surah Ali had a bad attitude and Dre TL was coachable. How was he coachable? He damn near quit 2 times. He almost quit on the collab because he was stuck in his head. I'm not a dancer. I ain't feeling this. I don't really want to do it. This is a song about dance. Surah had the worst song up there. Marabella, whatever your name is, no shade. But that black, blue, whatever color truck song was sad, depressing, offbeat. You couldn't even rap on the beat because the beat was off on itself. I would have been pissed if I was Surah and I got that song. And then y'all mad because she still wants to talk her thug shit over this depressing ass song. No, talk your shit. Surah, it ain't, she ain't that type of, what you expected her to come get an Erykah Badu rap? That's not her. Then when it came to him making his own song, he made Hitmaker leave. So how is he coachable? He was so adamant about putting that whack ass phone call that he made the producer leave. So what's coachable about him? Then I saw him. He was at some Atlanta football game performing the same song, and I was just like, they embarrassing you, sir. They're embarrassing you. I don't know, but I'm not the audience. So maybe everybody in the ATL went up for that song. I'm not the audience. I didn't enjoy it, but congratulations, Dre TL. Like he said, Dre TL said on TikTok, you know, don't give him no hate. He ain't a judge. He wasn't cheating. You know, it was It was given to him. Like the judges thought he was it, and that's it. Good luck to all the other contestants. I hope to hear some music from everyone. I just lied real quick. I ain't listening to none of that. Anyway, don't I'm into the new Kendrick right now. But anyway, let's get into the reality shows. DB from Twitter, you were the main one asking me to do this review. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get in the comments and talk your shit on the rewatch. What show? We gonna talk about Potomac first. Let me see. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Potomac first because they were the wackest of the show. They were the Dre TL of the weekend of reality. Anyway, nothing happened on Potomac this week, y'all. I don't have too much to say about the ladies. It was too much Ashley, way too much Giselle. Stacey, please get this man off my TV. Now, I'm just going to talk about what I remember because it definitely wasn't worth taking no notes. At some point, Stacey and TJ are making a pizza and he has on a bonnet and Stacey doesn't sleep in a satin bonnet. Maybe she take her wig off at night. Who cares? Sometimes I don't put my bonnet on. Sometimes, you know, I do got a satin pillowcase, but the pillowcase be sliding off the pillow. Sometimes I just don't care. I'm just going to fall asleep how I fall asleep. But I do wear my bonnet for, I would say 80% of the time. But anyway, TJ was in his feelings. The main part of them getting together was TJ in his feelings because Stacey didn't give him enough camera time at the party. And that's what it is. And I really feel like TJ is like, I'm gonna come over here and act like your boyfriend and we gonna do some scenes, but I want to be on Bravo so I can get my name out there for my next Tyler Perry movie. You know, and I'm not mad at TJ for doing that because we know Bravo does not pay the men. And if he's agreeing to be your little side piece, a good Kenya Moore storyline, you know, he at least wants his airtime. He don't want to be sitting over there with Ray talking about the computers in the 1970s. I don't want to talk about that shit neither. I don't want to see it on my TV. I don't like how he threatens Stacey, like, give me more camera time or else. I'll be like, or else what? You can get zero camera time? Like, I don't know what kind of agreement you and this man have going on, but I'm tired of seeing it on my TV screen. She asked the man, would he be upset if she sees other people? He pretends like he cares, but I think that's just a setup for next season. TJ, you're not going to be here with Stacey if Stacey is invited back. Moving on. Let's get Wendy and her mom and her sister out the way. Wendy, don't ever come out with that Cookie Monster ass sweater on again. Just go ahead and put that in the Goodwill pile. That was awful, Wendy. I don't know why you want to look plus size. You spent all that money to get that body tight and right, and you want to come look like you a size 16. That sweater dress was awful. But anyway, Wendy breaks it to her mother that she quit her job at John Hopkins, and she wants to pursue her talk show and whatever else she wants to do. Look, I'm not mad at it. The mother was getting ready to get an attitude, but then Wendy said, cut up if you want the allowance. You want your allowance next month? You better be supportive. And then the mama got supportive. I don't care. Let's fast forward past that. I ain't even got no 2 cents on that. I don't care. Giselle and Ashley go speed dating, and it's showing me what the dating shows, because you know Bravo is having a little spin-off dating show, and Giselle and Ashley are going to be 2 of the Bravo ladies that are on the dating show. I don't forgot the other 2. Who cares? That little scene of speed dating showed me that I don't care nothing about Giselle or Ashley on the new show. I will not be watching. I will not be reviewing. Good luck, ladies. I hope y'all find some love. Just Ashley went out on a date with the little white boy who was like 10 years young. I don't care. Giselle found somebody that looked just like Jamal. I don't care. Giselle met up with the girls. I love Giselle with the girls. Somebody done signed that daddy's name to a new will and cut everybody out of it. It couldn't be nobody but the new wife. Because who else would have that kind of access to get him to sign a name while he laid up in the hospital? Shame on you, new wife. Um, I don't care enough to care. What else happened? Karen had to blame Ray in person. She was caught up in her emotions. She still ain't over having to pay them taxes for Ray. You telling me Ray's little Social Security ain't paid you back yet? You telling me you mad you helped this man get out of tax debt, but for 20 some years he done kept you in the high life, the Bill Gates of Potomac, in all kind of mansions and high rises, vacate. He done did all this for you, and you mad because you helped him out with little tax debt. Look, Karen, get over it. Go lay on somebody's sofa and get over this. I'm tired of hearing about it every week. If you ain't gonna talk about why you was really out there drinking and driving, don't talk about nothing. Because the little excuses you sprinkling out there, it's like, girl, please keep it to yourself. Did anything else happen this episode? Kiana met up with Mia to waste our time. Let's just go ahead and get to Mia and G so we can move on to the other shows, because I do want to keep this at an hour. Mia and G, I'm happy we have to see E. Mia and G met up with the kids and they were talking about this divorce. At the end of the day, the kids don't want Mia with Ink. As most young children, elementary school age, who all they ever known was their mother and father being together, no matter how unconventional they got together. Because then, was this a TikTok or was this really happening? I gotta quit scrolling TikTok and watching TV. But did the little girl ask, where did you meet my mommy? And G was like, I met her at a club. And then they did a flashback to the strip club. I said, bravo, y'all messy. You know them kids got to know by now. Them kids have to know by now. They're old enough to where their friends, I'll be like, your mama was a stripper. They have to know by now because kids are cruel. Kids are mean. It's just what they do. I hope you raise them to have some thick skin, Mia. I really do. But anyway, the little girl at the end of it all said, I don't want you marrying Mr. Ink. Whatever y'all doing in that bedroom, whatever kind of swimming pool parties, I don't care what y'all doing. But my daddy is my daddy, and I don't want you marrying Mr. Ink. Baby girl, I don't think you got to worry about that. I don't think Mia really wants Ink. I don't think so. I don't care enough to investigate. I just want to say this to Giselle Bryant. Mia has talked about Mia didn't see Giselle this week. I don't think. Giselle, the next time you see Mia, Giselle, you done had a couple of weeks to call Robin. You done had a couple of weeks to call whoever you need to call to get your reads together or your plan together. But you better get to checking Mia very soon. I got to go home and think about this and think about how I'm going to handle this. No, you need to get your reads together. You need to see how you can invite Robin to a party so she could backslap Mia for you real quick. I don't know. But the next time you see her, Giselle, you better gather her. You done had a couple of days to get it together. You done met with Karen. And Karen dug some stuff up out of her pile that she got prepared for Mia and gave to you. Whatever it happens. Giselle said Mia is dead to her on Watch What Happened Lives. Who cares? Yeah, that's what Giselle gonna say, because once she ain't it with the comebacks if she ain't got her crew with her. See, she can't attack Mia because Mia will attack back. And she ain't got her crew. She ain't got Robin. Ashley need her job, so Ashley ain't about to say nothing. So yeah, Giselle gonna be quiet, just like Mia is dead to me. Until it's time. Mia is as dead to Giselle as Wendy is. When it's time for her to get her check and production say, go get in there and get that scene, Mia gonna be alive again. She gonna rise from the dead again. As soon as production say, you better work for this check. Though Mia could be fired, I could care less. I say start all over. Fire everybody. Let's get popping some brand new people because I'm over all of them. I'm over all of them. Cause did I watch something with Giselle and Andy? I think I watched a little clip of Watch What's Happened Live where Andy asked Giselle, how was it being friends with Wendy and what do y'all had in common? And that lady was pausing like, we both got kids. We both love the Lord. I'm like, girl, Giselle does not give a damn about Wendy. And Wendy, I'm mad at you for giving a damn about Giselle. Anyway, Giselle calls her a bad mother. Hell, she didn't call her that episode 1. Look, when does Karen get to running her mouth about Wendy? That seems like when the show is going to pick back up because we got some fresh mess that we could dig into. I don't care nothing about. You can't really get at Mia because she's in the gutter and she's happy to splash around down there. You can't read her about some things where other people might be kind of like care about their reputation. She doesn't care. So I agree. Just fire Mia, fire Kiara, fire everybody and start over. I kind of like Stacy though, but come back without Taj. Whatever. Is his name Taj? I'm thinking about J Taj from Rhythm and Flow. Jacqueline brings the mess. Oh, Jacqueline. Okay, next week, finally. Because this week was, it was filler. Go ahead and run down Karen some more. Let's bring up some more mess. Let's get into Bell Collective next. The Bells. They're off to New Orleans. This was a halfway decent episode, but the real mess was over there on Huntsville. We gonna save them for last. The Bells are off to New Orleans and they stop at the Whitney, which is a slave plantation. I've been there before. The last time I went to New Orleans to get on a cruise, it was a group of us and we made plans to go there. And if you're into, a lot of people don't like to delve into those thoughts, look into that kind of history. It's for the people who care. It was something that I wanted to see for myself, and we did walk the plantation. We didn't have a guided tour guide. They kind of had those packs, and on each building is a number, and when you get to like number 1, you play number 1, and the little speaker like headphones gives you the tour. So you could skip buildings because I think my knee was hurting and I skipped a lot of buildings. I ain't have to go way out in the fields like some of my friends did. I kind of stuck around a big house. But I did learn a lot of things that I did not know. If you look at how when they have these plantation movies and you see how huge the house is, the big house back in the 1800s really weren't that big. Like the house that we toured isn't even as big as the house I live in now. They just have a lot of separate houses all over the property. Like their kitchen isn't inside of the house. Like that's the plantation we went to. They had a kitchen house where they would cook outside because they said, the white people ain't like the smell of food in the house. They want a house to smell like this and they want the food to be outside. So they had a lot of different, like what's all in our houses now, like they have all outside. It was really an interesting tour. If you've never been on one of those kind of plantation tours and you care about that kind of history, I say check it out. It really is good to see just for yourself. Anyway, they're in New Orleans. They finally get to the house. Nobody really fought over rooms. The Airbnb seemed very equal to me. Like I didn't see any grand master bedroom that people could be jealous over. It seemed like everybody got the same fair kind of room. For me, if I'm on a couple's trip, I would rather be in a hotel. I mean, I guess the walls ain't no thicker, but I like to have my own space. Whatever me and my husband getting ready to do, when it's time to do some things, I ain't got to worry about who over there to the left and who over there to the right can hear. It reminds me, this is a side note. This is so long ago. This is back when me and my husband first started dating. and we went on our first cruise. And it was like me and my cousins got together and we were doing a cruise. It was like 20 of us, and he was the only guy on the cruise. So I was, and they ain't nobody care. We had a really good time. But I remember my one cousin and her girlfriend was on this side in the cabin over here, and I had another cousin, and I don't know who her roommate was. We were in the middle. And when I tell you, I was so embarrassed because we did our things and those walls were very thin. So I don't know. I would rather just have privacy. I definitely don't want to share a bathroom because it looked like so Gucci and Aikisha and Damien had to share one of them Jack and Jill bathrooms. I definitely don't want to do that with other couples. I don't know. If we're gonna do that kind of, we need a grand mansion where people could be on opposite wings, all of that in the same. No, wouldn't have been for me, but it was my vacation. Um, I'm trying to think about the conversations that were had that I care to critique. I want to say this about Tisha: you messy. You real messy. You always want to come together and cry. If we can't get along, it ain't gonna be no collective, girl. But you in here destroying the collective with your mess. Say whatever you want to say about Soguchi and Selena. It seems like their situation is something that is soon going to be resolved, preferably. But you keep inviting this lady to spaces, and I'm sure it's production. I'm sure production says Selena Isabel. Now, if you can't see from this picture, Selena is on the cover shot of Bell Collective, which means she's an equal cast member. Like if they were holding peaches, whatever they hold in Jackson, Mississippi, Selena is an equal cast member now. So Gucci can't throw in her face that you are extra, bitch. We getting the same paycheck from Oprah, the same one. So if Carlos and Oprah and them are bringing Selena to the show, she has to film. She has to work. This is her job. And so Gucci, if you don't like it, bye. So I think they're telling Tisha, get to work. Selena has to film, bring her along. It just seems messy when you don't tell So Gucci and JJ. So Gucci did go through a moment where she wants to be called Sophia. It's gonna be hard. I'm one of them type of people. How you introduce me is how I remember you. I can't go through 5011 name changes. Now you told me when I met you it was So Gucci. I hated it. But I it's gonna take too long for me to flip my brain to Sophia. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say, Tisha, it wouldn't have took nothing for you to tell So Gucci and them. I asked Selena to be at the event, to be a greeter. She's gonna, and it wasn't but 20 people up in there. Who was she greeting? But anyway, not So Gucci and Marie can kick rocks. It's just messy that you're hiding things from her. Like you're inviting Selena around and not telling So Gucci, where we get it. She's a cast member now. Just be like, look, this is a cast trip. She coming. Now, if you and JJ don't care nothing about getting y'all checked, y'all could stay at the hotel. Y'all could have stayed in Jackson. But Selena is coming because it's a cast trip. At the brunch, y'all know how I feel about Tisha and her brunches. Jesus. Oh, I forgot on the bus. I want to discuss this because I want to know how you all feel. Trees was upset with, damn it, what's her husband name? Cliff or Glenn, one of them. Trees was mad that Cliff went to go talk to Tisha without getting her permission. You saw Goldie from Flavor of Love there? I didn't. Was she the one talking about her hair boutiques? I didn't. The only person I caught were Nell and Chris from Huntsville. Anyway, I think it sounds so strange to say you need permission from anybody to do anything and you grown. I guess I just don't have that kind of marriage of permission. Now I do have the marriage of courtesy and respect. Um, when I'm going out with my friends, because I'm an outsider and my husband is a homebody, I do give my husband the courtesy of saying, "Oh, I'm going to so and so party tonight. I'm going to so and so restaurant tonight. I'm going to this," but I don't be asking permission because I'll be damned. Is somebody, because to me, I just, it could be the rebel in me, but I feel like when you say I need permission, it's giving somebody the opportunity to tell you what you can and cannot do. And I just, it, that just don't sit right with me. And that's just me. So I was thrown off guard. Like, we really doing permission? Like, you really needed Cliff to come up to you and say, "Hey, babe, is it okay if I go over there and talk to Latrice about what her husband said?" Because when you say it out loud, it sounds really dumb. All the way around. Like, I already said Cliff should have been minding his business anyway. But they be throwing me for a loop when they be talking about you need permission for this and whatever. Treese and Glenn argued and fight. Not Glenn. What's her husband name? Treese and Cliff. I need to write notes. I'm going to write some notes. Treese and Cliff argued all the way up through the room selection. It was to the point where Treese was talking about it's a whole bunch of rooms in this house, and Glenn was like, "Go find you one," and she was like, "I ain't going nowhere." And he said, "I'm sleeping up in here tonight. If you got a problem, you can go find you another room." I felt like Treese was popping off at them gums because camera and production was in the room, in the building. I don't feel like she talks to Cliff like that behind closed doors. But Treese, that's one of those that she got to work out them marriage problems for herself. When she get fed up enough, she know what to do. But whatever. Anyway, let's get back to the brunch. At the brunch, of course, when JJ and Soguchi saw Selena, they dipped. Tisha was in her feelings a little bit, but what did you expect? Like, I don't understand what kind of protection order they have, because I did hear, now I ain't see the Carlos interview, but y'all know I live in the YouTube, Instagram, Twitter streets. So I heard that there was an interview where Soguchi was with Carlos and said she didn't feel protected. She felt threatened, and they invited Selena to be a part of the show, even though she had this protective order, and kind of just forced Selena into spaces with her when she wasn't supposed to be there. I just don't see how you have a real protection order. Number one, Soguchi, you ain't scared of Selena, because like Selena told you next week, you charged at me and you was talking mad shit. And if you was that scared, you would have stayed out of my face. And I really feel like we're going to get to the truth of this protection order next week, or even arrest, because Soguchi did it out of anger and Selena is hurt because it didn't have to go there. And I think Soguchi is finally realizing, like, I did all this out of anger and I destroyed the little bit of peace we had in the family. So I don't know. The peace was destroyed with the fight. The peace was destroyed with the fight because we ain't easily getting over no fight either. Yeah, we ain't easily just gonna, y'all already weren't liking each other before the fight. I don't know. But I feel like the pressing of the charges and you really wanting this lady to go to jail took it to a place where even the daughters was like, bitch, we ain't fooling with you. Now, it's very clear from just last week's episode that the daughters aren't that mad at their daddy, because Star did attend the little baby's birthday party and brought the grandbaby over there to see y'all. Whatever's going on, I hope y'all can fix it. I do. But anyway, so at the brunch, everybody talking. I don't give a damn about that damn brunch. Let's talk about Marie and her missing, what they call it, publication signs, credentials. I don't know what you call that mess. Marie, it's very clear that whatever Marie was supposed to have set up wasn't that big of an issue. Marie said, "I'm gonna come do 30 seconds worth of work and get a little bit upset, and then we're gonna go laugh and have some drinks at the pool, because it's very clear that ain't nobody really had no state. Like, it looked like a ton of blank black tables downstairs. It seemed like Trees had Goddess Links posters up there. Somebody had Keller Williams cards on the table. I'm assuming that's So Gucci. And we saw a big banner for some plates that ain't nobody getting ready to buy, Tisha. Nobody is getting ready to buy your affirmation plates. We could get us a free app that'll tell us a positive affirmation every day. I got a whole thing because I do like positive affirmations. $5 on Instagram. No, on Amazon. I like to have actual paper spiral planners because I write everything down. I'm gonna forget it. And in my planners, I like stickers because I'm just extra and I like colors. But I have like a pack of 200 affirmations, and then I got another pack of 100 like gym workout affirmations that I stick in my stickers just to have something positive to read each week. We ain't got to buy your $50 plates or however much they cost to get us an affirmation. You is smart. You is kind. You is pretty. Like Glenn said, Trees, if the first one failed, the second one failed, keep pushing. You're going to find something, Tisha, that's going to hit. But it ain't these brunches and it ain't them damn plates. Anyway, back at the house, the men go off for some drinks and the ladies do a workout with Gucci. The men, I told you last week, we finally got to see Willie's personality and I like him. I see why Willie and JJ hit it off. They are fun, clownish type people in a good way, and they just have big personalities, and I kind of like them together. It seems like Glenn would be cool with JJ and Willie, but Cliff, for whatever reason, ain't fooling with Willie. And I don't, what did Willie do to Cliff? Cliff just a hater. I understand why Glenn was mad. Glenn was mad that he laughed at his rap song, but hell, I laughed at it too. I told you to get back on that tugboat too. But anyway, Cliff is throwing Glenn a birthday party on the night of Teresa's grand opening of Taste, and she's launching something with. Who cares? I don't care. Go ahead and let them throw a birthday party. That means there's more people gonna be there to drink up your drinks and buy up y'all liquor. Go ahead and let them invite as many people as they want out there to that restaurant for the opening. I don't care anything about that. For the most part, Cliff told Willie to his face, I don't like you. And Willie said, ditto, mutual. No feelings hurt over here. I'm cool. I don't like your ass neither. And I don't know if Willie and Akeisha gonna be invited, but we'll see when the party happens. Anyway, for whatever reason, Tisha and damn it, what's her husband name? Glenn stay up in So Gucci and JJ business. Cliff trying to get JJ to make up with Selena and get the family back together, and JJ quickly told Glenn, you need to mind your business. Your household ain't even in order. I'll be wrong if I tell you should have stayed on that tugboat so your wife don't have to pay $20,000 for some breast procedure, and she could have paid $200 with the insurance. But no, you're gonna have her spend up her whole Carlos King check to get this mammogram or whatever she getting done. And I hope it all comes out well for you, Tisha. But you're gonna have her spend up her whole Carlos King check because you want to get a box truck when you was making good money over there on the tugboat. Both of these positions sound like they keeping you out the house. You think you, I don't know. Like I say, it could be some daily truckers. I don't know. He might do small loads and not big ones that's going to take him across the country. But I don't care. The fact that you can't even have an honest conversation with your partner about what you want to do with your business, and you got to go run up and tell Cliff, is a problem. But I love how JJ checked him, was like, if I would have said you should have been on that tugboat instead of leaving your family and your son high and dry, I'd be wrong, right? But I ain't gonna tell you all that. I love how JJ said it, because he went off on his ass and told him the truth, but then was like, but I ain't gonna say it to you though. I ain't gonna say it. I was like, JJ, you just said it, and you said it how you meant it and how it needed to be said. But he don't care. Look, I don't know what they gonna do. I personally feel like he ain't quit his job. He can't be that damn of a fool, but then he could be. He could be. But anyway, I like the guys together. They had a good time at the bar. Let's wrap it up with these women. They did some exercises with Gucci. They went out and sat at the pool. They're having a good conversation. They're talking about if Marie's booty is real or not. I could have swore Marie admitted to having a BBL. Why admit it and then 2 seasons later come back and say, yeah, you didn't? Look, don't nobody care nowadays. We're all surgery positive over here. If you wanted a bigger ass and you had the money to go out and get it and you got it, congratulations. I don't care. I personally think it's a little bit too big, Marie, but I mean, that's your business. That's you and your future man's business. I really feel like Marie and Treese could get along. They can be cordial for the sake of the collective. They just, I don't know. Maybe they just like making TV. I don't know. Anyway, here goes Treese again, or Tisha. I hate their names are the same. Inviting Selena over to the house. Now we know Selena got to come to the house because Oprah ain't gonna pay Selena for nothing. You got to come over here and earn this check, girl. But I like how Gucci checked her, because Gucci was like, who are you to make sure that me and Selena make up? We can do this on our own time. You don't need to keep inviting her around, and I'm not supposed to be around her. Now, I kind of feel like it ain't got nothing to do with a protection order. It's just out of respect for her husband. I kind of feel like JJ don't have to make up with Selena for him to have a relationship with his daughters. Like, if JJ don't want to be around Selena, he don't have to be around Selena for So Gucci to be on the show. JJ can stay at home. But see, JJ like the camera just as much as TJ over there on Potomac. He need his camera time. JJ gonna mess around and get you worked up out of a check. D and Rocks is already on here advocating for it. But anyway, that's the episode. It seemed like we're going to get to the real deal about this fight and protection order and all this next week. I can't wait to talk about that next week. Last and definitely the least are the Potomac people. Where are they pitching? Not Potomac, but wherever they at, Huntsville. The people of Huntsville worked my last nerve on Saturday night. I mean, my absolute last nerve. It was full of drama. It was juicy. A lot of foolishness. But I don't know if I can take another season of this. Like, Carlos, you need to get Mel, Martell, and all of the Scotts to work, or go ahead and tell them to get back to their other jobs, their other 50-11 jobs. Because what they're doing isn't work. They're arguing about bullshit from season 1 still, or they bring new people onto the show, get the new people, put all their business in the street, and just talk about that. It's nothing but a show with telephone. And I'm over it. But let's talk about the BS, because y'all know these men in Huntsville. I just can't take it. I can't take these men in Huntsville. Martell still ain't showing no damn receipts, but he's still fussing and fighting with Marceau and Tisha. Apparently, Tisha has sex with one of his homeboys, And Tisha also not being that bright confirms that was in college. I don't care what Martell say about me. I would have been on mute like everybody else, and he would have been up there arguing to himself. I would have even never gave him the affirmation. Is that the correct way of saying this? Affirmation? The affirmation? It ain't affirmation. I would have never affirmed. I would have never gave him. It's not affirmation. Y'all see why I work with numbers, right? I would have never let Martell know that he was right. He would have been sitting up there arguing and fussing and fighting by himself. I don't care what he said about me. I don't care what kind of nasty, whorish, freaky things he saw me doing to his best friend in college. I would have been like Kenny, just looking, having him yelling and fussing and fighting by himself. But once she said that was college, I was like, girl, what was you doing in college? I'm not judging. We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Because I don't want nobody judging me for college. You supposed to be nasty and freaky and all of that stuff in college. You supposed to be getting it out your system. You finally out your parents' house, can do what you want to do. That's what you're supposed to do in college. So I'm not judging Tisha. I'm just mad that you even confirmed with him that you was doing some stuff with his best friend in college. Like, I would have let him stay looking a fool. He ain't produced the receipts. Mind you, I don't need a receipt to believe him, but he ain't produced them. Now everybody mad because Tisha got thrown in it. Martell done called Marceau fat and ugly, and Tisha did you a favor by marrying you because ain't nobody want your fat ass. And I don't personally see why anybody want them now, but Tisha. But you know, that's their business. Destiny all upset. I ain't think you was gonna do all this. You talking about Tisha? I'm about to go. That's what we need Carlos not to invite back. Let Destiny stay gone. Because she sat up here, met with Martell, seeing how fired up Martell was to go at the Scotts. Open up the session with questions about who pissed you off over here the most, Martell, just for him to go, and now you mad that he went? Whatever, Destiny. Everybody else sat there on mute. Nobody's took up for Tisha, not even her sorry ass husband. And I believe, now I could be wrong, but I believe Martell called her a bitch. He said bitch. Now I don't know if he said it to Marceau or Tisha, but it seemed like he was fighting with Tisha when the word bitch came out. And the fact that Marceau never once ever even just said, hold up, not my wife. Say whatever you want to say about me, but don't say shit about my wife. The fact that he didn't stand up. We've seen these two men fight for less. Now, I'm not saying I wanted them to fight. We don't need y'all going back to jail over there. All I'm saying is we've seen y'all fight for less. And this is a time where if you would have hauled off and knocked his two front teeth out, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad. Matter of fact, if I was Tisha, I would be more mad that I'm sitting up here fighting for you. And now when the strays come my way, you're on mute. And you didn't stand up and protect your wife. But do we expect anything else? Everyone then goes to woo, 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 Martell. Martell, you ain't have to say all that. You ain't have to do all that. Martell this, Martell that. I don't see why y'all even entertain him. Like, to me, Martell would have been iced out 5 seasons ago. Completely on ice. If you say his name, I would act like I had a protective order and I can't be around Martell. Oh, Martell won't be there. I ain't gonna be there. He would be over there shooting scenes by himself. But anyway, the next day, Tisha takes her husband ring shopping because he doesn't believe in wearing a wedding ring. He said a wedding ring signifies obedience, and I be damned if I be obedient to you. I'm going to approach this two ways, and then I'm going to gather it for Tisha. I don't believe married people have to wear wedding rings all the time. I hate wearing like I don't have it on now. When I'm in the house, I don't wear my wedding ring at all. I'm just not a ring person. I don't really like stuff on my fingers. I went to the grocery store today and I left it at home because I ain't feel like putting it on my finger. But like when I go to work or I'm out with the girlfriends, I do wear my ring. But it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. I grew up, and maybe it's because my parents were married back in the 70s, but I've never seen my dad with a wedding ring, like ever, ever. To this day, he doesn't wear it. And my dad is no Marcel. Complete opposite. Complete opposite. And my mom told me, because I remember she got him one of them rings when they were back 1999. Because when they got married, they didn't have that much money. They were, just starting off in life. But anyway, she told me some story like he had a cheap ring and he lost it. And I guess it was never a priority in their marriage for him to get another one. So when I see people without a wedding ring, my mind doesn't automatically go to cheating, especially if they ain't never wore one. Now, if you see a man that's always have his wedding ring and then you see him out the club and it's in his pocket, that's something different. It's just the way he broke down. The way he broke down what the wedding ring signifies to a man. It's obedience. He didn't mention anything about love, respect, honor, commitment. All he could think about is obedience, probably because Tisha is requesting that he wears the ring, and he be damned he do something Tisha say do. He be damned. Tisha, you do better be like, I don't never want to see you with a wedding ring. Then that's when he probably go get one. Tisha breaks down crying. She's depressed about people in the comments, people commenting on her marriage, probably people like me that say you need to leave his ass because, I just can't stand his ass. I cannot stand his ass, but Tisha has to like it. And if she like it, I love it for her. I do. I'm lying. I hate it for you, Tisha. I hate the way this man disrespects you on TV. And it ain't really us, it's him. And we're just commenting on how we see him treat you. And I hate to see it. But what I hate the most is you recognize that people say certain things about your marriage, but then you put these certain things on our television. Like, if you didn't want us to think your man was out here cheating, that you ain't have any distrust in him, like you weren't worried about what he doing with his ring off, why have a whole scene with him at the ring shop begging him to put a ring on? Like, girl, if you would have never mentioned it, I'm not looking at that man's fingers. I would have even never known this was a problem for you all and that you have been depressed about it. And I really hope you go sit on somebody's couch. I really hope you get some marriage counseling outside of this TV show, because I just don't trust counseling on TV. I don't feel like it's real. I really do. I hope you get some counseling for yourself, Tisha, and so you can come out of that depression. I hope you turn your comments off, and I hope you don't take the shit that I say too seriously, because I don't know you, and I'll just be talking the shit off of what I see off TV. But anyway, I mean, you married him, girl. I don't know. Anyway, who did Melody had to meet up with Tisha, see what went on in the park? They ain't really talk about too much. I don't care nothing about Mel and Tisha. Did they talk about anything interesting? Because I really want to just jump to the end of this with Mel and Trees. Did anybody else have any valid conversations? Because there was a point where Marceau and Chris Fletcher met up. Who cares? Who cares? Because I promise you, by the end of the season, all the men gonna be friends with Martell again. They don't care. They don't care. Marcel don't care nothing about no damn revenge porn. I'm sure somebody had to tell him what that was. Melody tried to sat in that man's face last season and explain to him what Martell did, and they still up there talking about free Martell, free Reese, all this ignorant shit. Like, oh, I forgot. We got to talk about the red lipstick. I don't see any lipstick. I've looked at that picture. I've seen people. Kamisha blew it up on the panel. I don't see any lipstick, and I don't have to see lipstick to know that man was up to something he had no business doing. One, why does your wife not know where you are? Why? Like I said, me and my husband are complete opposites. He's a homebody. I like to be out in the streets. Like, I like to go to happy hour with my sorors. I like to go listen to live bands. I like to go to a good two-step. I like to do a lot of stuff, even if I'm just hanging out over my girlfriend's house, having some drinks or whatever. I like to be out. I don't really like to be in the house like that. But wherever I go, I'll let my husband know I'm going to happy hour with my girl Sharanda. I'm going over to me. I'm naming all my friends. I'm going over to Miko's house. Or me and my best friend Misha about to have brunch. We about to go to a Founders Day event. Like, I just like to be outside, but I'm never just leaving the house and not telling my husband where I'm going. The difference, I ain't asking his ass permission for shit. Now, I might ask him if he want to go, and if he want to go, he can go. But 9.9 times out of 10, he don't want to go. But I'm always telling him where I'm at. And he'll call me. Like, if he feel like I'm somewhere too long, he'll be like, where you at? I said, oh, well, we went to a restaurant, then we went here. Like, for the fact that Kimmy ain't know where you at, she thought you fell asleep at your office. She pulled up to your office. You wasn't there. Then she had to call all the hospitals. Mind you, he was resting in the afternoon. That tells me Maurice ain't come home the night before. Because she said, I woke up, I was looking for him. I thought he'd be in the bed asleep. Then I thought he was at the office. Then I really went crazy. Then I found out he was in jail. And then the fact that he gets out of jail, I'm sure Kimmy was cussing him out all the way to and from him. That's probably why he went back to the bar. Kimmy was cussing his ass out. Where the hell was you at? I'm telling you, I don't have to see no lipstick to know that Maurice was doing something he had no business doing. I'm just saying, sometimes y'all be looking for stuff instead of listening to the people that's telling you. Kimmy already told us that Maurice was doing something he had no business doing. Now, she ain't say it like that, but Melody, Martell, y'all all out here looking for all these receipts and all these clues. It's not that hard. They really tell on themselves. Tisha out here begging her husband to wear a ring, where if she never experienced any infidelity, it wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't. Like I said, I ain't never seen my dad wear a wedding ring, but I also ain't never seen my mama beg him to go out and get one. All these years they've been married, all these anniversaries, they've been married for 45 years. She ain't never bought on one. She ain't never brought it up. So I'm saying, if you have that kind of trust in your marriage, you wouldn't be out here begging him to put it on. Kimmy wouldn't be out here saying the man sleep in his office when I said it ain't that many damn credit repairs in the world to make you that sleepy to fall asleep in that damn office. It ain't that many damn dispute letters. But anyway, Mel was being messy and I ain't mad at him. It's a TV show to make. Anyway, we ended with Mel and Trisha. What Judge Judy be saying? If you tell the truth, you ain't got to remember. It ain't that hard to remember if you just tell the truth. Judge Judy tell the people that all the time when they get to looking up at the sky, thinking if it's the truth, you ain't got to think that hard about the truth. Now, your lies, you got to think about your lies. You got to remember what you said. Remember what you didn't say. And I don't know. If I was out there... I ain't never been out there creeping. But I'm trying to think about just visiting people's houses. Would I remember the color? Would I remember what their driveway looked like? Yes, Taj, you missed Potomac. It was boring. And I talked about Potomac first because they were boring. You can go back and watch it on the rerun, but I probably only talked about it for 5 minutes because they were boring. Me at 45, 46, I'm gonna remember the color of your house. I'm not gonna remember the color of your house. I ain't gonna remember if your driveway had a circle, a hill, a mountain, none of that. I'm probably not gonna remember any of that. But I probably will at least remember the month. Melody was questioning Trish, and the more Trish answered, the more I'm like, yeah, you fucked him, girl. Go ahead and admit it. Mel don't care because Ariane was fucking him too. She don't care. And they already divorced. But just go ahead and admit it so Mel don't have to be nice in your face no more. Just go ahead and admit it. Just quit all these lies. I don't know. Was the house gray? It was probably light purple, beige. I don't remember no driveway. It was typical driveway. I don't remember going up no mountain, girl. I don't remember the month. It was a little bit chilly outside, but I don't know if it was August. It was a little bit chilly. I'm like, girl, you are lying. You're lying. And you just making yourself look bad. You just making yourself look bad, Trish. The trees, whatever your name is, child. I need to learn that lady name. It's a Trisha Trees. Girl, I ain't gotta learn your name because you lie so much. That's probably not your real name. Look, I don't care because at the end of the day, they're divorced. They were divorced because he was a cheater. So if he cheated with you too, we just gonna add you to the list. I'm sure if Marceau had 20, he had 40. So we just gonna add you to the list, Trish. We don't care. I don't care nothing about the gym 2020, none of that. I don't care. Y'all did what y'all did. Because if it was that innocent, you wouldn't have to lie about it. You wouldn't have to lie about it. Next week looks more interesting. It looks like Trisha gonna crash out on her husband. Who invited Marquez to an event and who gave him the $20 of gas money? That's what I want to know. Because if he ain't had the gas money to make it to his son's graduation, how he get gas money to come film a scene with y'all? Probably for y'all to lie some more. I don't know. I forgot what else happening next week, but we'll get into that next week. I went a little bit over an hour, probably because I threw rhythm and flow at the beginning, but I try to keep Weekend in Reality at an hour 45 minutes. But that was it. It was 2 to 3 shows were good. Hopefully next week all of them will be good. And we'll get back to that. Again, me and Abby will be here Wednesday night to talk about the love shows on Netflix. We're going to get into The Ultimatum and Love Never Lies and The Later Daters. And we're coming up on part 1 of the finale for Survivor. We're definitely going to get into that Thursday, and the challenge is back. We'll get into the challenge some more too. And then look out for other little sprinkles of reviews here and there. When I think of something to talk about, I'll throw it up on Twitter and you will see the announcement. But I'm about to go enjoy the rest of this evening. I do have to be in the office tomorrow. So tonight I want to kind of relax. Please like this video. Please comment if you're in the rewatch gang. And if this is your first time with Kiss My Cheeks TV, please hit the subscribe button. If you're over on Twitter and you don't want to subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV on YouTube, at least hit the follow on Twitter because I do stream to Twitter as well. I will holler at y'all later. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.